Good Sunday afternoon, promptly 12 noon Central Standard Time. Hello, good day, wherever you are in this world. How are you today? Let's see who is on first. I saw my buddy Michael. There he is. Hello, Michael. Greetings. You are the first. Always, always on time, Jerry. Be on time. Michael, I did the corned beef. They typically, the people that dehydrate corned beef, say to take off the fat cap. I used to do that previously, and then it crumbles. The corned beef crumbles. So I kept the fat cap on. I just want to be able to trim it with a very, very, very sharp knife so I don't crumble what I'm going to send to you. Just because it's dehydrated, I don't want it to become icky in the mail. I'm not sure when you're going to get it. I don't want to necessarily dry ice send it to you because, well, it's already been cooked. It's been cooked twice. First, I cooked it in the overnight crock pot, and then I dehydrated it. And I never add salt. I always think it's salty enough. I'm debating about putting some more salt on and putting it back in the dehydrator for a little bit. I don't know. So, to be continued, that should be shipped to you later this week. I plan on getting it out. Speaking of shipments, I see people are all coming on board. So let me say hello to everyone. There's John, Together Strong. Hello, John. How are you this fine Sunday day? Morning? Are you no, it's not morning. I think you're Eastern time. And there's my girl Sharon. Hi. Hello, Sharon. I know it's Easter time by Sharon. That I know. If it's dried right, it will keep a long time. Though the fat cap, though, I'm always concerned about that. The meat itself is dried, but the fat cap seems a little bit wet. That's why I want to be able to remove it and put it in maybe another time and see if that helps. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I don't know. It tastes excellent, as does the bacon that I'm making for me this time. I'm not making dog bacon today. I'm making it for me, and it always is excellent, fresh out of the dehydrator. I put it in with the anticipation to take it out tomorrow for my breakfast. Okay, truth time. It seems like everybody's on YouTube. Put down the pen, Jerry. Speaking about their truths, I have got this snug as a bug in a rug. Three XL teddy bear sweatshirt. I cannot get rid of it. It is made of the fabric that they make teddy bears with. I didn't make this. I bought this. It's super big. I went outside today and I just threw this on like a sweater, just something to keep warm. And wow, did it ever keep me warm? Not the hands. I should be careful and probably put more lotion on my hands. It's still cold, but it's warm. Two confessions, really. I didn't go to church today because I slept in today. My body, I think, needed the sleep. And in preparation for next week's overtime, I want to be able to catch up on some sleep. Number one. Disappointment number two, not a cheat, it's reality. I am preparing for next week's burger challenge, the heart attack burger challenge, the Rick burger challenge, and still looking for the contestants. The guest judge will be Rick. I'm not going to necessarily do a panel for those people that don't want to be on screen. I completely understand. However, I'm going to post again the recipe down below. Very simple. You have to make yourself a chaffle burger. And if you don't have a waffle iron and that's all you have is a frying pan and you put the batter and make uniform buns, carnivore buns, top and bottom. This burger is humongous. It's huge. It's huge. Truth of the matter is, you cannot eat it. No one in today's civilized society can grab it and throw it in their head and not look like a swine. 2 pounds of meat made into 4 burger patties. There's cheese involved, there's bacon, and the cheese prepared egg chaffle. So, in preparation, I purchased myself real cheddar cheese, sliced it, ate some. Today, I feel phlegmy, I feel foggy, I feel as though that type, the type that I wasn't when I was fasting, when I got rid of all the phlegm. That's what I think dairy products do to me. It's just me. It's me. I want to be able to keep on the chat today. I'm going to hide your comment, Michael. And I'm going to talk about the topic of today. The topic of today, I was thinking I'm best without a steering wheel, in my opinion. I can come up with ideas and topics and write them down, keep on task, or at least try to. The dog set me up. If I would see a spider come from the ceiling, that would not keep me on task. I would jump. I would be all flabbergasted. But I took notes again today. So I want to be able to turn off my phone, go into the D's. D's as in D, alphabet, A, B, C, D. And I came up with a couple of words using D words, and I expounded on these points as it relates to me, my health journey, my personal journey, perhaps my coaching journey with people. Perhaps some of these points are going to be your points as well. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's something that you see in other people. It's just Jerry's thoughts of the day. Let's start with the letter D. The first one is disappointment. Was I disappointed with my body? As a little girl, our parents put us through ballet school. It was a ballet school called Donna Genet School of Dance. My sister, younger than myself, 4 years, she was smaller than me. Well, I was the Amazon of the family. I made a deal with my dad saying, if I become taller than you, can we get a pool? I always wanted a pool in the backyard. Well, I became taller than my dad. I finally got the pool, which was in a different state. It is condo in Las Vegas, Nevada, while I lived in Wisconsin. So that was the big joke. Nevertheless, my body was tall. I have stretch marks going up my back. So perhaps in my parents' minds, I was a disappointment because all those ballet lessons that they set me to. Plies. I still know all of the ballet positions. I'm not going to do them right here, right now either. But imagine some guys, if they're losing their hair, is that a disappointment? Girls, if like me, I started graying before I was 50. Is that a disappointment? Actually, I look at it personally as a blessing. All my hair is, in essence, pretty uniform color. I wish it would be whiter. My mother in law had gorgeous white hair. Nevertheless, I'm blessed with a good, healthy head of hair. Curly, some people want straight, straight, some people want curly. Maybe that's a disappointment. Social media, is that disappointing you because you don't look like somebody else? Maybe you use filters. I don't. I don't know enough about technology to find a filter on StreamYard or on Facebook. If I want to do a selfie, I take the picture, click, selfie. That's what you get. Yesterday, in jest, I said something to the effect about my Ozempic face. I did not do Ozempic. For the record, zero. No shots, no Ozempic, no pills, lotions, or potions. Jeez, that was my lotion, potion, pill. That was my downfall. The inflammation of the cheese, the flemminess. That's my concern. But I don't necessarily feel as though I need to compete with anyone. We have Michael here right now. Oops, I already hit you before, Michael. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you again. Hey, there's Spanky. Good morning, Jerry, and everyone else. Well, good morning to you, Spanky. I saw you yesterday on Barbara's channel. I listened and I fell asleep to all of you guys. I think as you left, Spanky, was when I turned over and just I was down for the count. It was very fun yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. Watching what was going on in Tampa, catching up with Mitch, yada yada, Barbara's channel, Thomas interviewing Barbara. It was fun. Having a new client, establishing that, it was great. I love it. I don't want to. Hello, Paul Clark. Hi, how are you? Welcome. I'm a cheese fiend as well. Paul, listen, I bought it with the intention to use it next Saturday for the burger competition, the Heart Attack Burger Challenge. Oh boy, I dipped into it. My logic was it's a two for a deal. So I got a Colby Jack cheese and I got a cheddar cheese. I dipped into the Colby Jack. Yeah, not good. The dogs and I both shared it. So I'm not going to put it all on me. Nevertheless, I ate the cheese. I have the flemminess. It is what it is. Okay, about disappointing and comparison. They say there's that expression, comparison is the thief of joy. Ain't that the truth? If you're going to look at another person that's younger and say, gee, I wish I looked like that person, think about how old they are. I am going to be 65 next week, Wednesday. Not this upcoming, but the next Wednesday. 65. If I remember my grandmother at 65, whoo, I thought that was old. Even my mother. She was in the midst of her cancer at the time. She died at 69. She lived many years with the cancer. And well, that's later in my spiel. I don't believe she was disappointed with the diagnosis because my mother was a faith person. So, like I say often to everybody, to you, to everybody in the real world, my destiny is already fixed. I just don't know what time, what day, or when it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then I'll know. Then I'll be surprised. Pardon me as I take a sip. Some people feel I've heard this said to me, they feel they were born in a different body. Not, and I don't mean insofar as they were a girl and they think that they should be a guy. No, and they feel what they see their body isn't the body that they feel they should have been born with. I see it on both sides of the coin. I see it with a person that was heavy and overweight that sees themselves as a healthy, vibrant individual that's just stuck right now in this time and in this space. They feel that way. I see thin people that are very sickly, that don't have the fat cells to protect their bodies. They too also feel like they were born in a different body. I'm going to continue on with the notes, page after page. It just sets me up for success better. We have a comment here. My dogs love that I'm carnivore. Yeah, mine too. I think my dogs are eating way, way better than the canned dog food that they used to have. Yes, I'm supplementing them with the keto dog food, but it's mainly a crunchiness because they don't. I did not buy them any bones the last couple of weeks, and they like to get that for their teeth, that sensation. So they have a little bit of the crunch with each meal. Take off whatever tartar. It's not a lot of food, the crunchy food, but they get a lot of protein during the course of their day. So when I have something, of course I share it with them. Of course I do. Hey, we have my friend Anna here. Good afternoon, Jerry. Good to see you again. I love cheese also. I miss cheese curds as they are hard to find in my area of Georgia. I got spoiled while living in South Dakota. They have the best cheese curds at my grocery store when I know that the truck just comes and maybe I'm at the dentist and I have to go pick up something from the grocery store. They'll have it on top of barrels on a display, and you touch them and they still are bagged warm. Just got off the truck, touch them, they're still warm. You eat them in the car. In my case, I eat them from Bloomer, Wisconsin, all the way to Chautauqua, where I work, the entire 8-ounce bag. And they're squeaky. They're the kind that you squeak, squeak, squeak on the teeth. So good, so delicious. White cheddar. They're not the flavored orange or the colored orange annatto used for coloring. No, it's white. It's so delicious. Better than, I dare say, even a fried cheese curd. And I used to love the fried cheese curds in Wisconsin. Yes, indeed. Don't want to miss the chat. Okay, so we're continuing on with the D's. Every day we see our body in the shower. After the shower, we step out of the shower, we see ourselves in the mirror. What do we see? Well, for me, I see a whole lot of skin. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to alter it. It is what it is. I'm going to continue my life with my flabby skin. I may wear large shirts if it's cold, but what you don't see down here is me waving up here and me waving down there. That's not going to change. I'm not swayed, and I'm not going to get rid of it or stand a certain way in a photo to be able to hide it. I used to hide my big body when I was huge with dogs and people in front of me to hide me if they even caught me with a camera. But remember, I was tall, so on the backdrop you could always see me. I looked lovely. From here on up, you didn't see the 300 some odd pounds down below. Now, when I stand up, you see everything. Speaking of that, I have to give a shout out to my girl Juliet. I'm not shaming, I'm just stating what I have seen. Juliet, usually everybody, you all see us from the waist up. I saw Juliet standing next to Rick. She is a model. She has got a beautiful figure. Her hair is lovely, lush, and standing next to Rick. Well, of course, Rick towers over everybody. I looked at her and I thought, she is 100% model. And if I dare say, let me bring in another person. I saw another picture. And in this picture, this lady had lipstick on. She looked like a model, my friend Erin. So you would think that's all you see, Erin feeding ducks and who let the turkeys out and whatever. Girl is gorge. So that's enough talking about people for now. Let's continue on. See if there's any other chatties. There we go. Okay. The skin, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to have a skin reduction surgery, not going to have anything tightened or lifted. Some people suggested to me that I have my eyes done because of what the dog did with this one. I don't know. What if I don't see? I don't know. I'm being a little dramatic about it, but it is what it is. Let me just throw some more moisturizer on. I think young girls today need to know the value of maintaining your skin without all that caked on, or as we used to call it back in the day, powdered pancake makeup. The stuff that went on in the 70s and stayed on all night. You look ding dong good in daylight and darkness. If you know, you know. Second D that I thought about was disability. Some people are disabled physically. You may see a disability, perhaps if they're in a wheelchair, that's a part of disability. But what we don't see is underneath the skin. Maybe we don't see that they have a bowel issue. And that can be a disability, a form of disability. They eat, they have to find a bathroom right away. That disables them from their normal living, normal day day in the life of. Disabilities of emotional, I'm going to be able to talk about that later. That's one of my other points. Disease. We are right now into the big, this was back in the day. If you know, you know. Is that right? Is this correct? Is this the right letter of the alphabet? Is this a D? This is, I think, is a D. So that's the letter before the D. That happened a couple of years ago. That's a disease. This flu bug that's going around right now, this is hitting people so hard. They're getting it, then they get better, and then it seems like it comes back with a vengeance. Not good. Hey, there's my friend Xana. Xana says, hey, Jiffy, check Culver's in your area. They have cheese curds. There you go. Xana is correct. And I come from Culver's territory. Culver's was invented in Wisconsin. They do have the cheese curds. Absolutely. There's also cheese curds that you can order online that can be shipped anywhere in the contiguous continental United States out of Wisconsin. So disease, you have to prepare yourself now, especially I'm speaking of, I think of my friend that's about to board a plane soon. And she said yesterday, I have to start the vitamin D super dosing herself in the vitamin D and the zinc, and of course the C. I learned that from a friend of mine. She just takes C and zinc, and she has not been sick forever. Friday, I did my fasting, my dry modified fast. I took a shower. I brushed my teeth with water and soap. I had to wash my hands because I deal with parts of my job that may not be necessarily dirty, but it turns my hands black. So sometimes I have to use a very strong soap. Hence, my hands are very dry. You can even hear it. To get them clean, it's at the expense of the moisture of my hands. So it's not like you can put on moisturizer and then go back to work because now all your parts are slipping out of your hands. So it's just par for the course for me to wash my hands on a hourly basis, generally speaking. Good sanitation. One thing too is I don't eat when I'm at work with my disgusting paws, the dirty paws. Don't eat because of the germs. You don't know if these parts hit the floor. Did it come from somebody else's paws that maybe they have the flu bug or some cold virus on their hands? You eat like I used to when I smoked cigarettes this way. Your fingers go to your mouth smoking a cigarette or pretty ding dong close. Your hands are there touching the cigarette. I used to be so sick more often than not when I smoked because, well, the gesture. Got a couple more comments here. Anna's saying to Xana and me, thank you both for the tip. Yummy. Yes, yes, indeed. Try some. You're welcome, said Xana. I just had them for the first time at my Culver's. Excellent. I did not know that Culver's is that far down south in the U.S. Again, you learn something new every day, Xana. They are pretty darn good. They really are fresh and hot. There is a restaurant here called the Milwaukee Burger, and they make these, and I'm not exaggerating, these squares, they're square, of cheese that they put into batter different than the ones that are breaded in the Culver's breading. It's a batter like a tempura, but thicker, and then deep fried. Now, I make them here in my house for the husband. I don't dare eat them because flour. If you know, you know. I don't do the flour anymore. However, I'll cook them in beef tallow. So good. Now, if you go to the restaurant and get these humongous cheese chunks, for an appetizer, it's $9 and you get 5 squares. They're that good. You want to get if you're having a party of 4 and some cocktails beforehand, you want to get 2 orders. Just saying, they're that good. Okay, all caught up. Okay, D. Go back to the other ones. Disease, yes. With the disease, even if you do all the right things, let's say that you have the zinc and the vitamin D and the vitamin C, and yet you still get sick because, well, an airplane, you're trapped in that capsule of air. You don't know if the person next to you in front, all the germs fly. That's out of your control. You do all the right things, and yet, do you blame yourself? Oh, I should have took more zinc, because whatever your body doesn't use, you're going to pee it out. Do you put shame on yourself because of that? Oh, I'm disappointed now. My vacation's going to be ruined. I'm sick. Put it into perspective. Here's another damage. Let's say your body is damaged by a car. I believe you all have heard this story a couple of times. I'm going to be very brief with this story. In the late 70s, the husband lived in Chicago, was married to the girl's mother, and he went to get some lumber at like a Menards, the hardware store, if you will, put it in the back of his vehicle while the lumber, his load, shifted in the vehicle. It was a blustery, cold, snowy Chicago day, just typical. He saw in his rearview mirror that the load shifted, got out of his vehicle, went to the back. My husband, well, he wasn't my husband at the time, in the late 70s, Jack, he was hit by a drunk driver, full on, bashed Jack's leg imprints into the bumper, and he had to go to the hospital. His literal legs were this, dangling, no sensation, just dangling. So he had an accident, he had damage to his body. He was hit by a vehicle, out of his control, right? Things are going to happen. We just don't know when they're going to happen. Maybe the damage for some people may be mental abuse or abuse from physical when they were young children. We hear all the horror stories about so many children being abused in many different ways, and I don't want to get into them because that just chokes me up. Moving on to the D's, decline. As we age, we decline. We're all getting older. It's duh. You don't need to listen to anybody on YouTube say that the clock is going backwards. We say to each other that it looks like you're aging backwards because maybe we saw the Jerry that was 363 pounds, that looked very sad, very sickly, had so many surgeries, so many diseases, so many disabling moments in her life. She looked like she was beat down. Well, she started losing weight. She started looking better. Her face got thinner. She started to perk up. She started becoming more into society, doing more things. You see that in other people. So you'll make that polite comment to people, gee, so-and-so, it looks like you're aging backwards. You look fabulous. You look marvelous. That person was always there. Were we putting them down? When you were younger, I wrote a note here, when you were younger, that you needed to do things and your body needed to fully engage every muscle. You had the children, you had a house to maintain, whether you built it with your own hands or you were a stay-at-home mom, and you needed to make the meals, take care of the kids, do the laundry, all the housekeeping things, etc. And now you're left with a 3,000 square foot house. All the kids are gone. You don't necessarily make a mess in your house, but you still have to clean it. And as you're older, you're moving a little bit slower. You're not as sharp. You may turn real fast. In my case, I have 2 dogs. It used to be fine with the one dog. That sounds terrible. The second dog, she's got a little more vim and vigor, shall we say. Squeaky does, as opposed to Ladybug. I could deal with Ladybug after my hip surgery with the one dog with the walker. Now, Squeaky, she'll come right in there and she will cut you off. I don't want to fall. That's just my reality. I feel bad for the dog. We got her. Jack brought her home. It is what it is for right now, but I have to be cautious and cognizant that I don't have an accident tripping on the dog. That's my reality. Here's Xana, another comment here. Do and wise wisdom here. Do an airborne before you fly. Take the tabs with you and you can add them to a bottled water after security. Very good. My friend who travels a lot does that and no longer gets sick after flying. Thank you, Xana. I'm going to share that information with my friend that's flying. I see it when I'm at Costco. I know that it's available on the store shelves for purchasing. I just don't use it. But this year we're not going to Florida. I look at it this way. What I have seen at Dr. Kiltz's, those people in Wisconsin sweatshirts like this, and it's 60 some degrees, you guys all know where I go. And I am not going to waste my vacation time in Florida spending a couple $1,000s just to wear a Wisconsin sweatshirt. If you know, you know. Exercise all the time. Easy for me to say as I do. Yesterday, I did a over 2-hour live. Typically, I'll do a couple of hours on a live. At work, I have disciplined and trained myself every hour on the hour to stand up at least and do 10 squats. Drop down and give me 10. Just 10 squats. If I don't see anybody around me, because sometimes people may look and go, what the Sam Hill is Jerry doing over there? Sometimes I'll be in a bathroom stall and I'll just drop down and do 10 squats right then and there to limber, keep everything moving and limber. If you're going to sit in a recliner all day and do the doom scrolling or sit behind a desk all day. Now they have the stand-up desks. Those are marvelous. People in our company use those. But for me, sometimes it hurts to sit for a period of time because I am so focused on the job, just doing the menial task I'm doing, O-ringing, the same thing for an hour straight. You get a crink in your neck. I get paid very well for the type of work that I do and excellent benefits. Not scoffing about that at all, but common sense tells me I have to move. I can't be stagnant. Sit, do the same thing over and over. Get up, rearrange yourself. There's an expression we use in our life. And usually I'll say this about the job. I'll say this at work. Are we at work just rearranging the chairs on the Titanic deck because this ship is going to go down? Do we feel that way in our lives? Are we just rearranging the chairs in our life, doing mindless, useless things because we've just resigned ourselves to the fact, yeah, I'm getting old. So what? Just let it go. I'm hungry. I'm going to have those cream puffs when I go to State Fair in West Allis, Wisconsin every summer. We're all going to go down one way or another. How are we going to go down? With grace? Or are we going to have squeaky around our feet? Is our lives so, disorganized and havoc and chaos so much like my dog Squeaky that just the wrong turn at the wrong time can crash and bring you down? And then there goes the Titanic. It's sinking. While we are all alive, we should live with a certain amount of passion in all stages of our life. If we look back at our life, me, eating, smoking, drinking, I didn't do any drugs, and I can attest to that being a child of the 70s, being a Catholic. My mother put the fear of God into all of us girls about drugs. So I didn't have the desire to do it. I was shocked when my sister told me that my little sister was involved with it. I was shocked. But she's 4 years younger than me, and by the time she was done in high school, well, I was already out of high school and out on my own. So that shocked me. She was the last one. Now, what about all of us that drank? We saw our parents drink. Back in the day, our parents could drink. They did drink. Many people advertised on TV the beer commercials, the drinking commercials. They would have the, what they call it back in the day, highballs. It wasn't a big deal back in the day to smoke. I smoked when I was pregnant. I smoked, and jokingly I said my son was jaundice when he was born. So I joked back then. I said, well, look at my son's got all the nicotine from me smoking during the pregnancy. Put him in daylight. My son was born in a blizzard on October 19th, 1989. A couple days later, it was 89 degrees in October, and I had him outside in the natural sunlight because that's good when your children are born jaundiced, right? Right. Why did I smoke? I didn't drink when I was pregnant. I went to a Christmas party. I think, well, that it was a late Christmas party in January. That's when I think I was probably newly pregnant then. And I was so concerned about that. I told the doctor, oh, I had a couple of wines and I was pregnant. Calm down. You had a little baby inside of you. You didn't have a big baby, so you didn't have a drug child. So calm down. Emotional and rational thought. I'm emotionally and rationally, and according to the calendar, I'm older, so I think different. I think more along the lines of eternity. I am not a preacher. We all know I talked about this last live about women preachers. I don't think women need to be preachers. We're supposed to be teachers. I'm just talking about on YouTube some of the thoughts that I had. Just so happened to start with the letter D, and I just kept on writing. Barbara writes her songs that way with her pen, just has her thoughts and write. And I think it's wise and best for me to come up with my topics on paper. I'm preparing for eternity right now. My faith tells me that I have a house in heaven for me, waiting for me. That's what my faith is. Now, in the meantime, you raise your hand if you guys have all been campers. Have you all camped? Oh, here we have a comment of Xana. Emma, I'll talk about my camping analogy. Yes, I do squats in the office, kitchen, and counter push-ups. I also walk the perimeter of our parking lot for my 2 15-minute breaks. Excellent. I have to keep moving since I tore my meniscus. No surgery yet. Yikes. That happened to me when I was younger. Torn meniscus, didn't have surgery. But yikes is right. You ain't joking there. You have to keep yourself going, Xana, for sure. So I wrote a tent analogy because my sister Sissy, she used to love taking the boys camping. They would love to go camping and living in tents. I was more of the glamper. You saw my mobile home out there, right? I was more of the, I need a bed. I have to plug in the coffee. I need to be able to do my hair. Well, except today. No hair for me today. The analogy I have is my life here on earth is the tent. It's just temporary. Now, I also have a house. If I was a camper, I have a house. There's nothing wrong with my house. I have a perfectly good bedroom, bathroom. I don't need to take a bath in a creek because I roughed it because everybody wants to do the camping thing. Well, I'm just not the case. But or that's not the case. That's not me. I'm not a camper person. My body was a tent in a way. There was an old expression. She doesn't get her clothes anymore from the department store. She goes to Omar the tent maker. That used to be an expression back in the day. Hey, there's Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Hello, greetings. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining us, Patricia. I'm talking about tents. And if I want to go camping and be in this temporary body, this temporary tent, I can do that. But I want to be able to go in the house and sleep on my comfy, cozy, warm bed in a warm, air conditioned house with a hot shower to be able to use. That's how I look towards heaven. I'm right now on this earth in a tent. Yes, I'm in a house. It's just an analogy. I'm on this earth in a tent. I got a mansion up there that God has prepared for me. So this body can look all saggy and baggy. And as I spoke of yesterday on the live, I have old lady sag. I don't have Ozempic face. It's because of all the years of abuse that I put on my body. Skin stretches so far. It doesn't automatically bounce right back with the autophagy now, does it? So this is just gravity. The lines, the sags, the bags. It is what it is. When I get up to heaven, I'm going to have a new body, a better body. And I'm going to be living in a mansion prepared for me by my Father in heaven. Right now, this is all transient. This too shall pass. Another one of my favorite sayings. It'll pass. I'll get older. Someday, I will take my last breath, and in a split second, I will see what my Father has in store for me in heaven. That's my belief. I don't preach. I don't demand. I don't expect you to believe what I believe. It's just my hope. I'm glad for it. I look forward to it. We are embodied spirits now. We will be resurrected. Again, I'm not going to come back as a bug or a leaf or a tree. Whew, so deep. Don't despair right now. Wherever you are in life, whether you're a 20-some person or a 60-some-year-old person, don't despair. There is hope. There is life. Live your life with intention. Live your life with happiness, with joy. Enjoy the body that you have. And if you don't like the body that you have, what do you want to do to make whatever time you have on this earth a healthy and pleasurable time right now? Our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, isn't it? For those of you that know what I'm referring to. All my notes are almost done. I don't believe in you only live once. Maybe I thought about that in my 20s. Go to all the bars on Saturday. We used to go out. Remember, going out was usually later bar time, and you'd hang out to bar time, and then you'd go out for breakfast, and then you'd go to work the next day dragging your hiney because you were exhausted. Don't be frustrated. Don't feel like your body has let you down. Before I eat another piece of cheese, I'd be more apt to take that cheese out of the refrigerator and feed it to my dogs. I'm committed to Valentine's Day's challenge. That's next Saturday. I'm committed to it. I'm going to have bacon, which I'll be dehydrating bacon, 2 pounds of burgers, a chaffle, cheese waffle, the keto version, and real cheese. I'm committed to that. So I know I'm going to be having cheese again. But if I was given the best, finest French chocolate there is known to man, knowing what I know about myself, would I stop with one? No, I can't stop with one. I have to tell myself, stop. You can't have one. Before you know it, Jerry, you bought a 2-pound chocolate box, assorted chocolates, and you eat the whole thing. And then, before you leave, you order some to be shipped to your house in a month because, well, you know you're going to finish it all. Patricia saying hello to everyone. And Xana saying hi to Patricia. Well, thank you, Xana. I appreciate it. I do appreciate our friendship that Xana and I had met on a chat on a channel so long ago. And we've been internet friends forever. It's almost as though the internet friends that I have, if I were to meet them face to face in person, I feel like we've been friends forever, just knowing each other from the internet and from the chats. That's what I think about many of you people here. I do, you people. That sounds awful. Okay, Anna wrote, I don't know about you, Jerry, but I don't want to come back. I prefer to stay where I am going. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Anna, I don't know if you know my whole story. I lost 163 pounds, not once, but twice. So I don't want to look back and do that again like I did the second time. So this year, what I did, I set a goal for myself, meaning in 2026. My goal is I always get on the scale, always have. Even when I was gaining weight, it was like I went on the scale. Let's see how much weight I gained today after eating a 8-ounce bag of chocolate or a pound of chocolate, whatever the case may be. I would look and see how much more weight I would gain. And I'd see the scale go up and up and up. And now I want to be able to see, got on the scale today. It said 202. I know it's inflammation. It was that ding dong cheese. That's what did it to me. I hate cheese, but I'm going to eat it again on Saturday. And then what am I going to do again? So for me, I have to completely abstain from the things that will get me back to that 363-pound Jerry. I don't want that. So I didn't become a ballerina. The saggy skin is still there, but the spirit is strong. My spirit is very strong with my mind towards heaven. That's how I'm rolling today. Those are the D thoughts of today. Wow, wasn't it nice having a relatively sane conversation with Jerry without a steering wheel? I'm going to take a sip of coffee and then I'm going to see what some of the comments were today. Are continuing on. Feel free to ask me anything right now, everybody. We're a better family, right? Absolutely, we are a better family. For sure. We have totally changed so much. I will look at the pictures and the videos that I used to be of me. And I'll see that fat Jerry or the clothes that I had that I burnt, because back in the day when I got skinnier and the clothes started really bagging on me, other than the teddy bear sweatshirt that I'm wearing now, I'll see my videos and I say, dang, I don't like that person. Or I'll make a comment, hey, it's a good thing they're just seeing me from here on up. Just like I said, the boob shots, because you never saw the belly shots. You just saw the boob shots. Me at the table, me at a counter. Seldom, rarely, if ever, you will find a full shot. But I did a butcher box opening in one of my videos. Yikes! That shirt, I just found it in my closet, cleaning out some stuff. Oh boy, that one's got to be burnt. I was talking about heaven also. Okay, Anna, right. Right. I just want heaven. That's my goal. I'm looking forward to it. That wasn't my goal, even though I was a Catholic girl. That really wasn't on the forefront in my life, thinking about God and all the things that I think about as I near my final destination. Oh, do I have regrets? Yeah, sure I do. We all do. But I'm not going to beat myself up over them. I'm going to be judged, because that's what the Bible says. Once we get to heaven, we will have the ultimate judge us for sins and transgressions while on this earth. And the glory afterwards, just to be able to see, I'll see and I'll scroll on some of the after, what do they call it? Death, life after death. Some of the videos where they interview people and they speak about when they had passed on and they saw Jesus or they saw heaven, and everybody talks about not everybody, but many people talk about a light or color spectrum that's just beyond everyone's belief. I'm looking for that. Oh, sure, you can look at my forest tree over here. It's not a Christmas tree, everybody. It's my forest tree. I can look and go, oh, look at those beautiful white, sparkly little lights. Aren't they beautiful? And then the tinsel's on there and all the ornaments. And it's just so lovely and beautiful. And the rainbows that are out there and the beautiful forest that I live in. Everything looks wonderful. But imagine that color times infinity. How glorious that would be. Ooh, I'm so happy, but yeah, I'm so sad. Does that even make sense? If you don't know Jesus or haven't made him a part of your life or accepted him as your heart into your heart, I would suggest talking to somebody about that. Picking up a Bible, learning God's word. I'm not a preacher, just giving you my own interpretation. I would suggest people look into the Word of God, You don't have to start with Genesis and end in Revelation, though many people have read it cover to cover that way. John 3:16. Pull that out. For God so loved the world, he sent his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not die, but have eternal life. Eternal life. Wonderful. Hey, there's Amy. Amy, hi, how are you? I spoke of you earlier in my video. Very complimentary, of course. I would ask, Amy, if you can, please. If you have it handy, I was looking right before I started the video. You posted it yesterday on Grandma's channel, so I deliberately had Grandma's channel up in here. Well, I didn't know the complete chat would be gone, so I can't do a copy and paste and put your recipe below here. So if you would do that after I close this video out, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love you, Dolly. I love Matthew 7:7, says Xana. Can you make my account a moderator? I can. I don't know how to do it now during a live stream, but I can do it. I will do it. I'd be happy to do it. Of course I would do that. Yes, I don't normally feel led, but I have almost passed and I came back. It is such a great feeling that you do not want to come back. I hope I don't freak you out. No, you don't freak me out at all. Everybody was brought to me by God, even in a chat room, even on YouTube. I have friends that to this day, if I run into them, kind of as a fluke, if you think about it, I'm up in Eau Claire. I see a fellow realtor at Festival Foods, a grocery store. We used to be realtors in Waukesha, Wisconsin. She comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder, and gives me a big hug a couple weeks. Well, it was more like last year, a couple months ago. Says, Jerry, how are you? She recognized me, of course, but I haven't been down in that office for over a decade. We continued on. We went and had a quick coffee. We continued on like it was yesterday. I value every friendship, everyone that I have that God puts in front of me. I do. I can't post links without being a moderator. No, Amy. Okay, I'll look for it. I will look for it, and shoot, I'll look for it, and then I'll post it in the comments again, the recipe, because I'm a loser. I'll post it in the comments again, and I'll go and research it and try to find that recipe and then put it down there. Okay, I'll do that later. Amy, thank you. Thank you so much. Patricia says here, Jerry, your talk today was perfect for me today. I'm a bit older than you. Not by much, Patricia. You're as old as my husband. That's not old. It's not old. I am a bit older than you, a bit further along in my journey in this life. I appreciate you bring this discussion to us today. Well, I appreciate you being here for the discussion today. And in perfect frame, here comes the German Shepherd Squeaky. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Amy. Perfect. You'll email me the link and I will put it down below in the comments. And here's your daily dose of Squeaky. There's Squeaky, everybody. Hello, Squeaky. Are we going to squeak for the people? Squeaky? Are we going to make squeak noises? What you doing? Where's your sister? Do you want a snack? You sound like I do with that cheese. You have cheese throat. You do. Squeaky sounds like she's gurgling herself. Thank you, Amy, for mailing me the link. I appreciate it. Just noticed that I'm live. Hey, Barbara. Every Saturday and Sunday, Central Standard Time, I go live, 12 noon. At least try to. A couple weeks ago, I was live in Costco. I wanted to stay on my live schedule, but I should probably say this right now while I have everybody's attention. I don't think I'm going to go live next Saturday, which is Valentine's Day at 12 noon. Reason being is I'm doing the burger challenge, Rick's Heart Attack Burger Challenge, with whoever wants to come. I'm going to talk about it every day as I'm driving to work. I have overtime this week. So I may talk to you guys at 9:30 in the morning as I'm driving to be there by 10. I don't know. I may talk to you on my way home when I get done at 10 o'clock because I'm known for that, aren't I, Barbara? But no Saturday 12 noon on Valentine's Day. Just the burger challenge. Just the burger challenge. Amy and Barb, hi, says Patricia. So thank you all for coming on. I appreciate it, whether you were number one, as Michael was, or now Patricia being the closer comment. Thank you all. Hugs and love and squishes to everybody. Have a pleasant rest of your Sunday. I know I will be seeing you later. Where am I going to see you later? I'm going to see you in Juliet's live from Kiltsy's. I'm going to see you in Amy's live from Amy's house, which is going to be the Super Bowl party. And then I'm going to be running the America's on a different device, America's super party that Mrs. Charlie Kirk is running. She's going to be running a special. Everybody saying goodbye. And thank you all for coming on, everybody. I appreciate it. Goodbye, Jerry, and goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. And then Barbara's tonight. So that's the end of my schedule. I'll be on all day with the ears on, of course. Toodaloo. Hugs and kisses. My love to you all. See you later. Thank you very much. The All-American Halftime Show. Yes, we're doing this. Take care. Love you all. Toodles. Got it, Sharon? I said it. Toodles.